banner. I think they have to go somewhere else and beg for free food or something. So we're going to leave the socialists alone.
Gosh, they're so stupid, and they think they're so intellectual. All right, well, it's good to see Laura Southern there. We just had her on last week. She was censored by Facebook for daring to, engage in free speech.
For just saying something might get censored. Yeah, they took her page away. But then after people got angry, and I guess enough people, by putting it out on the internet, and I think we talked about it, we put it out on InfoWars, they restored her page after that.
Yeah, no, we broke it, and then Drudge picked it up. Yeah, but see, if we didn't have things like Drudge or InfoWars protecting the other reporters, we wouldn't get squat. And I'm not asking for love back from all these reporters and groups, but I'm constantly, defending other reporters at Daily Call or Breitbart, and it's nice to see them, defending us some as well, because we're all in this together. In fact, we have a Tucker Carlson that owns the Daily Caller popping in for 30 minutes at the start of the next hour about how he's been censored and manipulated and how they misrepresent interviews that he gives. So there's a lot of examples of that and the dirty tricks that they're engaged in, a la the activity of Katie Couric. In fact, guys, I think I have it here, but will you guys pull that, because that was a controversy a couple of weeks ago. I want to refresh myself with the way Carlson was getting manipulated. Tucker Carlson says, Glenn Beck sucked up to Zuck. You're such an impressive guy. He was in the meeting with Facebook head, which I'm fine with. As long as you don't roll over and worship what happened there, it's good to have somebody that was there, but they were sworn to secrecy in those meetings, so he will not say the name of Glenn Beck. But he's been censored. He's been manipulated on Facebook and other places as well. So he's going to be popping in with us. Rob Dew.
Yes.
You're doing such a terrific job. How about we just for 2 or 3 minutes here, and I'm going to let you go, hand the mic and switch the camera to yourself so I can talk to Josh Owens.
Okay. Give us 1 second. We can do that.
Fantastic. And then I do have to get to a bunch of clips, folks. There are so many of these I haven't gotten to yet. Hillary Clinton government has a right to regulate the Second Amendment. You don't have a right to regulate private citizens that don't have criminal records. That's why it says free men will not be debarred the use of guns. That's what that means. That's a founding father quote. It's also in the Federalist Papers. But yes, certainly private institutions do to a certain extent, as long as they're not open commons. But your goal is to ban the guns, and you've banned them everywhere else you've gotten control, like New York, Chicago, D.C. So stop saying you don't want a total ban. So that's coming up. We got a bunch of other clips. But Josh Owens, always busting his butt, and he's gone jihadi there. He's got the beard so that he can infiltrate the camps. We're joking. I could ask you questions, but you've been in Germany 24 hours, already kicked butt. What do you want to impart? What have you picked up in day one of this 10-day Operation InfoWars?
Well, look, Alex, one thing that I don't think was conveyed in the video that we posted yesterday, when we went to this migrant camp, all we wanted to do was simply speak to people. We wanted to show what the situation was there, because that is our future if we continue to leave the borders open and allow anyone and everyone to come in under the guise of being peaceful and being, nice people. And, well, we just want to help them. That's not what it is. That's not what it is, first off. Second off, my point in saying that is that in the video, they bum rushed us because we were trying to speak to people. I guess they were afraid that they might say something that would shine a negative light on them. So this group of thugs in blue suits, I guess they were self-appointed security, ran up to us, and Rob Dew had the microphone, and I should have thought to unplug the microphone so I could get the audio on my end. The guy was screaming at me, telling me to put the camera down, put the camera down. They would erase the footage. We will erase the footage.
And by the way, you're on the edge of it at the public interest to it. And these guys look like they're from Nigeria or Central Africa, just to show they use the last wave to be the enforcers to cover for the next wave. I've had members of parliament on from the UK. This is a tactic they've used there. The government is bringing in foreigners because they're totally beholden to the government and have no culture in the country. They feel like outsiders. The government's outsider. It's globalist, so they work together in tandem.
Exactly. And I was having a back and forth with the guy. You can see it at the end of the video if you watch the video. It's kind of long. But the guy that worked for the city and was coming to clear things up, he was saying that, well, we don't want them to feel threatened. There's a lot of people out here that want to get them, and we just need to make sure they're safe. And I made the point, so it's okay if we don't feel safe. It's okay if they attack us, but we just have to make sure that they have their fuzzy little blankets and their nice.
It's okay if Glenn Beck brings them teddy bears. It's okay if they're raping and killing and robbing and stabbing and the highway systems are shutting down. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay if regular citizens have to bust their butt to live, to feed their families.
It's okay if 85% of Germans in national polls don't want it. They don't get it.
Yeah, exactly. They get food for free. They don't have to work. They get a place to stay. And the interview that we did today with a guy, which will be coming out soon as we get back to the car, he was saying how much he hated Germany, yet he doesn't have to work. He doesn't have to worry about money. And then at the end of it, he was like, well, I kind of like it because I don't actually have to do anything. And then Dew asked him, he said, well, you're from Syria, so are you going to go back to Syria when you're done? And he was like, haha, no, I'm not going to go back to Syria. I'm going to stay here because I have more opportunities here, because I can get things that I want here, not back in Syria.
I would say arrogant Muslim invader says he hates Germany but is going to stay and loves the free stuff.
Exactly. And that's the thing that people don't get. These social justice warriors, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in the U.S., they don't understand that this is not some game. This is not some let's be nice to people. Nobody wants to be mean to people. That's not the freaking point. That's not what's going on here. These people aren't all evil. Sure. The video that we shot, they're not all evil, but there is a system behind this that is making sure that they come over.
Absolutely. It's Peter Sutherland, the guy that founded the EU, on record 20-something years ago, off their so-called trade deals, who is now the head of this migrant commission to open Europe up, advertise, bring them in, and then have them be a new political weapon system. Get a cab if you have to. Catch up to that rally. This might get crazy. So I know they're about to march through some of the immigrant areas. Great job, Josh Owens, Rob Dew. I really appreciate your work. Our prayers are with you.
Thank you, Alex. Stay tuned, everybody. We're going to be covering this for the next week.
Absolutely. And call us if something hot happens, or just listen. Get a cab, because, I mean, have you guys lost the march? I'm sorry. Get in there, my friend.
We're going to catch up to it right now.
All right, good. All right. Well, I tell you, there's no other media like this, folks, because Fox News, CNN, all of them, they want to have producers there controlling everything and showing you what they want you to see. We're just teleprompter-free, live cameras worldwide. We have built an organization, thanks to your support, that is unprecedented. And I want to round it out with another 10 personnel. So see it as a donation. You need these nutraceuticals. You need X2, the good halogen. Find out about what that means at InfoWarsLife.com. You need Super Male Vitality. It's changed my life. You need Lung Cleanse, 20% off today, about to sell out. You need to purify the air in your house. And we have a new system, the Alexa Pure Breeze, that is 26% off out of the gates. That special ends today. You need Alexa Pure Pro water filtration systems. You need the systems at InfoWarsStore.com. And the profit we make is plowed into what you see happening, I mean, all over the world. Our footage is all over mainstream media, because what happens is they won't report on it, but once we force it and Drudge forces it, then it all comes out. Then it ends up being pushed out on the news, and we are changing the narrative towards reality, thanks to your support. So get a Hillary for President shirt, InfoWarsStore.com. Get the air filtration and water filtration systems, InfoWarsStore.com. The subsection is InfoWarsLife.com for the nutraceuticals. Or call toll-free 888-253-3139. 888-253-3139. Find all the amazing longevity products, and your purchase on this site helps fund our operation. And InfoWarsHealth.com, like Beyond Tangy Tangerine, Pollen Burst, OsteoFX, and so much more at InfoWarsHealth.com. Stay with us. Yeah, there's so many of these great videos that Rob Dew and Josh Owens have already put out that I'm going to play some of them later in the next hour, but we have a lot of stuff to cover here, obviously. Tucker Carlson's coming up about the whole Facebook meeting, and I'm going to ferret more out of him and all the censorship that's going on. But we have migrant camp freaks out on reporters asking questions in Germany. That's up on Infowars.com. Medieval Trump wall found in Germany. Now, they built walls back then to stop the Muslims because, see, they invade. That's what they do. There are a lot of Muslims that are nice people, but it's definitely a religion of conquest big time. But they teach in school the Crusades were offensive. No, they weren't. Were there atrocities in the Crusades? Absolutely. You think I'm defending medieval Europe? Okay. Yeah, that's a funny one, too. It's all it's like I don't like the Aztec culture. It doesn't mean I don't like people that are from Aztec bloodlines. It's again, believe me, if you were a Mesoamerican, you didn't like the Aztecs either. They're the ones that depopulated most of southern North America. They went around killing almost everybody and eating them till they ran out of people. And by the time Cortez showed up, a couple hundred men took out thousands because they were just completely out of their minds. But I am digressing, ladies and gentlemen. They were following a bizarre cult. And taking hallucinogens every couple of days over time makes you a little bit crazy. When your central planners are taking hallucinogens a couple times a week, not a very good idea. Now, once a month, maybe it's okay. Okay, I'm being sarcastic. But continuing, I want to play this clip since I mentioned it, just to remind us where Hillary Clinton's at right now. And you've got FBI agents that have been in there, other Secret Service agents. Dan Bongino would not tell me what went on in the White House. In fact, it's time to get him back on. And he said, look, I'm getting threats. My house is getting broken into and stuff like that. And he's also called up and said, will you stop saying that I gave you info? And I said, I haven't. He went and saw the clip. He goes, oh, you didn't. I go, no, they're lying, saying you gave me info. You did not give me info. You said it's worse than people are saying on air. I have talked to another Secret Service agent, and I'm just going to leave it at that. And it was done in an in-person way. And all I was told was, you are dead on, except it's worse than you think. And that was before Bongino told me that. I said, what? And they just said, unbelievable. And I said, what do you mean? And so it's just unbelievable. But this begs the question, at what point is it too big to fail? I mean, okay, you're sworn to secrecy. You'll get in trouble. You'll get fired. They're arresting reporters. They're arresting whistleblowers. I get it. But if it's unbelievable and it's illegal, you're part of a secret service that's going to cover it up? Sure, watch the president's back. Don't tell him if he's cheating on his wife. I get secrecy like that. But other stuff? And that's why you've got them going after the Secret Service right now with all these faux scandals. Oh, my gosh, some of them might have had a hooker or something. Okay, that's not good because of blackmail. But is that selling out secrets to the Communist Chinese, missile secrets? Is that selling us out to Al-Qaeda and ISIS and the Saudi Arabians? Is that having Saudi Arabian princes in the White House at midnight doing heaven knows what? Or Hillary throwing fits, running around screaming at everyone? And we already know from the FBI agents and others that have gone public, Hillary Clinton literally chews the carpet. I'm sorry, I didn't get to this yet. I want to come back before Tucker Carlson joins us. I want to play this. Hillary Clinton government has a right to regulate Second Amendment. That's a big statement from her in the campaign because that's what she intends to do. And you can regulate something until it's basically illegal. And that's what they plan to do. Listen, I know you all know that, but they're coming for the guns. They want to break our will. They've already taken everything else, and they want to get the Bible and the guns. They hate us. They hate Christians. No matter what color you are, you're the target, and your churches have been taken over. They won't warn you. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back live, coming in dry, because I want to play this report from Germany with Rob Dew. This is powerful.
Rob Dew reporting for Infowars.com. And as you can see behind me, we're in the ruins of Castle Wolfstein. This is a medieval castle built on a large hill overlooking the town of Neumark, and I'll give you a shot of that in 1 second. But we were here today because we got a tip from, I guess, an InfoWarrior sent me an email saying there's a refugee center, and they gave me the address. We actually drove in there. We had our body cameras rolling this time because, as you know, yesterday when we were in Munich and we approached the refugee center, a whole crew of blue shirt clad people came out, got in our face, were putting their hands in front of our cameras and just very angry that we were there, just wanting to see what was going on and how many people, migrants, were at that center. This was a much smaller house, and we have a full interview with actually one of the Syrian migrants. Came over and talked to us, and we interviewed him for about 20 minutes. He spoke okay English, okay German, and we had a pretty interesting conversation. So I think people are going to be really interested in listening to that. But here around me, you can see it's got really thick walls. There's a big tower here, which it looks like it was recently rebuilt. And on top, they have some antennas and I guess, cellular functions and stuff like that. This is a very high point in the area. You can see, Josh, let's get a shot of this. You can see you have a view of the entire surrounding area. So if you were to have invaders coming or anything, you could see what was going on. And over there is the town of Neumarkt. And there's about 40,000 people living there. And when we talked to the refugee, his name was Mohammed, he said there's about 1,000 migrants in this city, and they don't feel welcome in the city. He said for various reasons, people look at them, and he didn't seem to understand why. I tried to talk to him about that and asked him a lot of different questions. So it's going to be an interesting interview. We're going to have that. We're actually on our way to Dresden, Germany today. We started off in Munich. went to some migrant centers there, met with the head of the German Freedom Party, and we have that interview coming up as well. We shot those on the iPhones, so those take a little, or on the Canons, so those take a little bit of time to get edited down, put the articles on, make it look really good, and put those up. But those will be coming up soon. But we're on our way to Dresden, Germany tonight.